Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing my very first foundation review on my channel, and I'm going to be reviewing the brand new Milk Makeup Blurring Foundation. The claims about this foundation are that it's full coverage, water thin, provides a weightless, long-wearing matte finish, it's silicone free so it won't clog pores. It has blurring microspheres to minimize the appearance of pores, fine lines, and imperfections for smooth, flawless looking skin. So there's not a whole lot going on with my face right now. I do have a couple blemishes right here, and then my usual redness down the center of my face and on my cheeks. So let's get into it. I'm going to start off by priming my face with the Makeup Forever Step 1 Hydrating Primer. I have really dry skin, and this is the best primer that I have found that really helps. I've tried the Too Faced Hangover RX, and I didn't like that one at all. I didn't like the smell. I didn't like the consistency. I didn't like how it sat on my skin. I felt like my skin just absorbed it, and it didn't really help throughout the day. Whereas this stuff lasts a whole lot longer, and I actually feel more hydrated after I put it on. Alright, and then next I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. I have this little sample of it, and I really like it. I don't really like the Smashbox silicone primer, and I think that the Benefit Professional is okay, but this stuff I have liked the most for filling in my pores. I'm gonna dab that center my forehead, my nose, my cheeks. I have a little bit of deep ice pick acne scarring just right here, and then a little bit on my chin, and just blend that in. Alright, so I'm just gonna take some of this and put it on my finger. I always draw like a line on my forehead and down the temples, right here on my cheeks, like that, down my nose, above my lip. And it's like a really thin layer. I don't really like just globbing this on, just because I feel like it's harder to blend like that. I'll put some down here so we can put it down the neck. We'll start off with that and see how it goes. It has a really nice scent. It is very citrusy. It kind of smells like oranges, which I really like. I really like fresh citrusy scents, so I'm actually really liking that. I like that it doesn't smell chemically or anything like that. To buff in my foundation, I'm going to be using this Kevonge foundation brush. It doesn't have a number, it's just one of the brushes that I got from a set off of Amazon. And I do like stippling motions, just because, like I said, I do have some of those acne scars, and I feel like this just really helps to kind of fill those in. I have used this one time before, I just got it in a couple days ago, and I had played around with it and had put it on my face, and it did alright. I don't think I had used a primer or anything under it, just because I just wanted to try it out. I think I put it on right before I had gone to bed or something like that, so it wasn't a real test or a real wear test or anything like that. I wanted to see how it applied and how it sat on the skin and things like that, and it did okay. I wasn't super duper impressed with it at first. When I first put it on, I didn't really like it at all, but then once I think I had it on for probably an hour and a half, and probably after about an hour it sank into my skin and kind of meshed with my skin a little bit better, and it looked a whole lot smoother and cleaner after that. But it did take quite a while to dry down. I don't really set my foundations. I have these little hairs in here. I don't really set my foundations with powder that often, just because I am dry, but this one I did have to finally set down, just because it was taking so dang long to set. It does give pretty okay coverage. I wouldn't say that it is a full coverage just off of one layer. I do have some dark freckles and things like that, and you can definitely see those peeking through. That's pretty much normal for any foundation I use, but some of my lighter freckles are showing through also. So it's all applied, and as you can see, it's actually pretty dewy. Like, look at the shine on it, and it claims to be a matte foundation. And even when I set it with a powder, as you'll see here in a minute, you can still see some of the dewiness peeking through. So I don't know. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go apply the rest of my makeup off camera, and I'll be back so that we can see how the foundation looks after that. Okay, so after setting it with the powder, everything seemed to blend pretty well on top of it, and it looks okay. It's still looking like a little powdery, I guess. I did apply the powder on top of my skin, and that always makes it look a whole lot more dry as I wear it throughout the day, hopefully with the itty bitty tiny amount of natural oils that I have. It'll help everything blend a whole lot better, and it really will sink into my skin. So it's looking really nice on camera. You can't really see anything that's wrong with it. It looks pretty good around my nose though. Like, it's not caking up or anything. Like, it doesn't look cakey. It's just, it looks heavy on the skin. We'll see how it lasts throughout the day. Hey guys, so it is the end of the night here. It's about 10 p.m. The foundation has been on for about 11.5 hours, so it's been on for quite some time. It's been through quite the wear test today. It went from pouring rain today to just somewhat raining. It's been cloudy, humid. We were at the mall for like 5 or 6 hours today. So it's been a good day to test out a foundation. And my thoughts on it are that I don't like it. It has separated in some places, which I don't usually get. It has completely rubbed off of my nose and my chin, and that is somewhat normal, especially like on my nose, just from like itching my nose or touching my nose and stuff like that throughout the day, like setting my hand on my chin and things like that. So that is pretty normal, because like right here on my cheek area, everything still seems to be intact. You can obviously still see my highlighter and my bronzer. My blush has worn off. And then same on this side, although this side doesn't look as good. Everything's pretty much still intact, but like everything, even on my forehead, it's like completely broken down. It has formed like piles of foundation. It doesn't look really cakey around the nose, which is surprising. Right here in like this little nose divot, it has caked up, but like as far as the sides of my nose, it looks okay. I'm getting foundation settling in places that it never has before. Like, I have this line right here that the foundation has completely settled in. Looks like a crack in my face, and I don't usually get that, so I don't know what's going on there. The primer held up pretty well though. I absolutely love that primer. You can still see on my nose and my cheeks and my chin, even without the foundation on, you can still see that my pores are filled in from the pore filling Urban Decay primer. But yeah, even on my cheeks, like you can see that there's just like, it's completely worn off in some places, and it's really noticeable just because the shade wasn't a perfect match. And that's another thing also. I got one of the lightest shades, like I got the fair shade, but it's called Ivory, and it's just fair with neutral undertones. And so it's like I got the lightest shade, just the undertone for me. So like if you are a fair complexion than I am, I don't recommend this foundation for you unless you have a foundation mixer to put in it. Under my eyes, it has bunched up a lot. Like under my eyes it looks cakey, and then right here between my eyebrows. And another thing is, this has claims to be a matte foundation. However, you guys can see this shine, and I have extremely dry skin. So somehow this matte foundation has made an extremely dry person oily. Like, I never get oily, so I definitely don't recommend this for oily skin people. So maybe it's just one of these foundations that just doesn't hold up under extreme circumstances. Maybe it's just something that you can throw on for maybe a night out where it's on for just a few hours and maybe you're just having dinner and seeing a movie, something like that. But so far, I don't like it. Most of my foundations don't break down on me, and this one does. I never get oily, and this one somehow made me oily. And I don't like that it has settled and bunched up and turned cakey in really weird spots. So those are my thoughts on this foundation. If you're still curious about it, obviously go ahead and test it out. Every foundation is different for every single person. This is just how it performed for me. So I hope this video helped you guys if you were on the fence about buying it, or if you were curious and have the same type of skin as I do. I just personally don't like it. Comment down below if you have any comments, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!